guys, it's Jen and I'm back with another layout for the Hip Kit Club. Today we are doing a main kit only layout and I'm creating some layered embellishments. So I'll be probably creating the embellishments first and I will talk you through the process along the way. Okay, so I'm starting with these frames from Crate Paper, and I knew immediately when I got this assignment that I wanted to use the frames and some of the die cuts layered up together for my layered embellishments. So I'm just pulling out some that I like that kind of go with my story. I keep bringing the light bulb in because A, it's yellow, and B, the restaurant that we were at during this when we took this photo, me and my bestie, it has a light bulbs hanging upside down on a whole wall of the restaurant, and so I was thinking about using that, but it won't end up making it to the final layout. So here's the paper that you saw at the beginning, and this is a paper from the kit that I had just spent some time doing some hand stitching on, and I thought I would use it on the side as kind of like a border. And I actually, looking at it now, I really like the way that it looks, but I don't end up using it this way. I really wanted to use a bunch of the frames and I couldn't figure out a way to make the frames work with my photo in the way that I wanted them to with this strip of paper. So you'll see how I changed that up here in a little bit. But just a quick note, I just used a single strand of thread because the lines on the paper were super thin, and I just do that. I like to do stitching projects like that when I'm watching TV or something, so that's what I did. So I decided to go ahead and just use the light pink frames just for continuity, and then I pulled off that paper, and I like the idea of just doing a like horizontal line across the center, so with my photo and the frames. And so now I'm kind of playing around trying to see if I want to add florals to each of them or how I want to make this work. And I keep bringing back some of the speech bubbles. I think they're just really cute. I know for sure I'm using that floral piece. I love it. And I want to do my journaling behind that frame. So these frames are adhesive backed. So I'm just pulling the little plastic backing off of this one, and I put some white cardstock behind it so I could use that for my journaling. And then the other two, I decide to take this paper that I had done the stitching on and go ahead and put it behind the other two frames. So even though the assignment was to do layered embellishments and stitching, which probably meant like stitch your embellishments together or whatever, but I mean, it's up to my own interpretation, but I added my stitching behind these frames, and I really, really love the way that it looks. Although I do wish I would have used a bit of a different color of pink, but it ended up working fine. So I just made it so that you could see two of the stitched parts in each one of the frames. And now I'm just going to layer these up and place them behind my photos. Now, I really wanted to use this star paper. I just love it, and it ends up living beneath my photo cluster. It's a nice way to bring in some interest to the background without making it too busy, to just use it on half of the page and then also to use a pattern that isn't super busy. And it's black and white, so it doesn't take away from all of the colorful part in the middle. So I also decided to grab these frames that were part of the pattern paper. Fussy cutting was another thing on the list, and these are fussy cut from one of the pattern papers. And I really love those kind of frames. I used them on my last layout, or did I? Yes, I did. I have videos up on the Hip Kit YouTube channel, and I don't post them here on my channel. So if you're interested, make sure you go and subscribe to the Hip Kit Club YouTube channel. There are new videos there, I think almost daily. So I am slipping this one that says count your lucky stars? Yes, count your lucky stars in next to the photo. And I like the pop of black that brings, and it also brings back the star motif, which is in the photos below, or in the pattern paper below as well. And then I'm going to just glue my photo down and get these other frames glued down. There is some space to the right side of my head, and so I am overlapping the journaling onto the photo. And I popped that one up just so it would stand out a little bit more. And now I'm going to work on layering up my embellishments on top of the frames. So I really love the way that this looks. if you have frames and you aren't sure how to use them, I did recently do a video on my channel for my Use It or Lose It series about frames, but this is another great way to use them. Fill them with patterned paper or journaling and make a line across your layout. So I decided to pop this floral piece up right above the stars, and I made it kind of nestle so that it's around the actual stars, so you can still see the stars on that black background of that little piece of paper that says Count Your Lucky Stars. And I wanted to use this floral because it brings in some of the yellow, and I will bring in some more yellow a little bit later. So I wanted to use Girls' Day Out because that's exactly what this day was. And so I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put it and if I'm going to pop it up or what I want to do. And I'm just having a hard time deciding where I like it. I think I like it down there below the floral piece, but I'm going to move it around a bunch before I decide. And I also take off the foam that I put behind it and put it back on. And here's that light bulb I was talking about before. I really like the yellow that it adds over on the side. I thought about adding some hearts, and I think they're really cute, but I decided that I didn't want to do hearts and stars and flowers. So I get rid of the hearts. And oh, that was CJ. She's trying to tell me what to use for this page because it's about her and I. And I thought I wanted to bring in some blue. There is a little bit of blue in the floral pieces, but I don't like the way that happy word looks, so I'm going to switch it out. I love the way that this word shine looks, and I thought Here Comes the Fun would be really cute too, but I will end up taking that off, and I'm going to change my title to Shine Girl, just because I like that combination of words. Sometimes my title really has a lot to do with my journaling, and sometimes it's just something cute that I like the way that it looks, and so I like to switch things up. But I like the way that the Shine Girl is outlined in black, and I love having that contrast along with all of the bright colors. So I'm trying to make Here Comes the Fun work, and I'm just having a little bit of a hard time. For some reason in person the color wasn't looking right to me, and looking at it now it looked just fine, but I'll use it on another layout. It doesn't make it here. I decided to add Girls' Day Out right there above or below Count Your Lucky Stars. And I am playing around with that heart again, and I'm going to look for another heart and then just change my mind to go with stars. So there's some stars on the puffy stickers, and there's also some stars in the die cuts. So I'm going to use a combination. I'll use the outline star or the sketchy star from the die cut pack, and then a puffy sticker from the puffy sticker pack in each one of my little clusters. So there will be 3 little areas. So one next to the title, one next to Girls' Day Out, and then one over by that floral piece. And you'll see that here. So I'm just using, what you saw there was my sticky dots. So sometimes if I have a small embellishment, it's just easier to use my sticky dots. It's like a dot roller adhesive, except it's on a sheet, and you can just kind of dab your die cut on it and it picks up the dots. It's kind of nice. Oh, and I decide that I want to add a bow. I want one more area of contrast because I have that really dark black next to my photo. There's black in my hair also, pretty much. And then there's some other pops of black that aren't quite as heavy, but I want to add a little bit something extra. So I'm adding one of these gorgeous fabric bows, which are a Hip Kit exclusive, and they are in the main kit. All of this stuff is in the main kit. And I am going to pop that onto my layout as well. And I just love the way it looks. I'm looking for the bottom of it. I can't find it, but there it is. You can see it now. And I'm going to go ahead and add that below my photo. At first I thought I would add it just right below the photo. Kind of looks like I'm wearing a bow tie. I'm going to move it over just a little bit. And then I also fussy cut some of these words from this Dear Lizzie patterned paper that was included in the kit. And they kind of complete my layered embellishments. So I do end up cutting out a yellow one to bring in some more yellow instead of using the light bulb. I really like the way that looks. And now I have yellow on the left, in the middle, and on the right because it's in my photo as well. And my I didn't quite finish this layout, and then my camera stopped. It was out of room. My SD card was out of room. But I will, after the camera stops, I do also add some yellow paint splatters here and there. So that's something you won't see me do in the video, but you'll see it at the end in the close-up photos. So here I'm bringing that light bulb back, and I'm thinking that I just really need something else. And so I found the light bulb for the right, and then I'm trying to find something that I can put on the left, because if I'm going to put that light bulb on the right, it draws a lot of attention, and I feel like I need another little something on the right. I never find anything, and so I'm going to go ahead and take off the light bulb, which I'm totally fine with. You can see I also did my journaling somewhere in there, and then I'm also going to lastly add my date just right below my photo. And oh, I do add some little scribbles. This is something I love doing lately, but sometimes instead of splatters, I'll add scribbles. In this case, like I mentioned, right after the camera stopped, I'll go ahead and add some yellow splatters as well. But that's pretty much going to complete this layout. Here are the close-up photos. I hope that you enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching. Oh, you know what? This isn't the layout I did yellow splatters on. I think it was on a different one. So I think I just mistakenly told you that. Anyway, I hope you'll check these kits out. I'll have links in the video description, and I hope that you will join me again soon. Here are a couple other videos using Hip Kit Club kits that you might enjoy, and I will see you back here on my channel soon. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.